Under the erased sky, Aira woke up to a silence so heavy it felt like lead. When she pulled back her curtains, she didn't see the sunrise. She didn't see clouds, or even the pale gray of a rainy morning. The sky was gone. In its place was a flat, infinite white, like a sheet of high-grade drawing paper, waiting for an artist who never arrived. The world below remained, the power lines, the neighboring rooftops, the asphalt, but everything above the horizon had been cleanly, surgically erased. Aira, are you still staring out the window? You have entrance exams in 2 months. Her mother's voice cut through the stillness like a blade. Her mother didn't even look up at the missing sky. She was too busy stacking heavy prep school workbooks on the kitchen table. To her mother, the world was made of grades and schedules, not wonders or terrors. Aira looked at the stacks of paper and felt her heart shrinking. To her, the erased sky felt less like a catastrophe and more like a mirror of her own life. Seeking air, Aira climbed to the roof of her apartment building. There, standing on the very edge of the concrete, was a boy she had never seen before. He didn't look like the other students in her district. His hair was a shock of impossible blue, and his clothes were detailed with cross-hatching shadows that didn't change when he moved. He held a giant, rectangular object that looked like a common school eraser, but it pulsed with a faint, humming light. The boy turned, and his eyes were the color of a summer sea, a color that no longer existed above them. "It's cleaner this way, isn't it?" he asked. His voice had a strange, melodic resonance. "My name is Kale. I come from a world where every tragedy is scripted, where my heart breaks only because a pen decided it should. I'm tired of being a character. I want to be real. And to get into your world, I have to clear the canvas first." Kale stepped toward Aira, the glowing eraser leaving a trail of white sparks in the air. "I've been watching you, Aira. You hate it here. You feel like a background character in your own life, crushed by expectations and a dull, gray future. If I erase this world and move in, you can take my place in the story. In my world, you'd be the hero. You'd have magic, adventure, and a sky that never fades." He held out his hand, inviting her to step into the white. Aira looked at his hand and closed her eyes. She saw the endless cycle of her days, the fluorescent lights of the library, the silent dinners with her mother, the weight of a future she didn't choose. For a moment, the idea of becoming a hero in a vibrant, pre-written world felt like a dream. She could escape the pressure. She could be someone who mattered, someone whose path was paved with destiny instead of checklists. Aira walked to the edge and looked down. Below the rooftop, the world was beginning to fray. A park bench turned into a rough pencil sketch. A nearby tree lost its color, becoming a simple outline. "Is this what freedom looks like?" she whispered. Kale nodded eagerly. "Freedom is the blank page, Aira. We can leave all the mistakes behind. We can start where everything is perfect." Aira reached out, but instead of taking Kale's hand, she looked at her own fingers. They were stained with lead from her morning studies. She thought of the small things, the way the light hit her desk at 4 p.m., the smell of rain on hot pavement, and even the way her mother's hand trembled when she worked too hard. These weren't scripted moments. They were messy, painful, and real. In Kale's world, everything was beautiful because it had to be. Here, beauty was earned. Kale's expression shifted from hope to desperation. "Don't you understand? If I don't finish erasing this, the author will just find a way to end my story anyway. I'm running for my life." He raised the eraser high, ready to swipe it across the horizon and finish the job. The ground beneath them groaned as more of the building turned into flat, white space. "Wait!" Aira lunged forward. She didn't grab the eraser. She grabbed Kale's wrist. "You think freedom is a world without problems, but that's just another cage. If you run away, you're just moving from one drawing to another. My world isn't perfect, and maybe I'm not a hero yet, but this world belongs to the people who stay to fix it." With a sudden surge of imagination, Aira snatched the glowing tool from Kale's hand. As she held it, the object transformed. It lengthened and thinned, the hard edges softening until it wasn't an eraser at all. It was a brush, dripping with a deep, cosmic indigo ink. "I don't want to go to your world, Kale," she said, her voice steady. "And I won't let you destroy mine." Aira swung the brush in a wide, magnificent arc across the white void. Where the ink touched the nothingness, a brilliant, deep blue exploded. She drew the sun, not as a perfect circle, but as a warm, messy burst of gold. She painted the clouds with sweeping strokes of violet and white. "This world isn't perfect," she shouted over the wind of her own creation. "But I want to fix it, not run away from it." Above them, a new sky settled, vibrant, hand-painted, and more beautiful than any sky that had come before.